Cat Adventure, The Encounter. In a small town on planet Earth, there lived a mischievous cat named Whiskers. He was always getting into trouble, especially with the dogs in town. Whiskers loved to play pranks on the dogs, and they never seemed to catch him. One day, while playing hide-and-seek with his friends, Whiskers stumbled upon a strange-looking plant. Being the curious cat he was, Whiskers decided to take a closer look. Suddenly, the plant started shaking, and out popped a tiny alien. The alien was no bigger than a mouse, and he had a green and purple body. He had large, black eyes and tiny antennas on his head. Whiskers was surprised but not scared. "Hello, little alien. What are you doing here?" asked Whiskers. The alien replied, "I am lost, and I need to find my way back home. I am from a planet called Zorbia, and I got separated from my family." Whiskers felt sorry for the little alien and offered to help him. "I'll help you find your way back home," said Whiskers. The alien, whose name was Zork, was delighted and grateful for Whiskers' offer. The two unlikely companions set off on their adventure, not knowing what they would encounter. The journey begins. Whiskers and Zork started their journey by walking through the forest. Whiskers was careful to avoid the dogs in town, and Zork was careful to avoid getting stepped on by Whiskers. They walked for hours, and they encountered all sorts of animals. They met a family of rabbits, a group of squirrels, and even a friendly skunk who was happy to show them the way. As they continued their journey, they encountered a river that they needed to cross. Whiskers was hesitant to swim across the river because he didn't want to get wet, but Zork suggested they build a raft. Whiskers was skeptical but decided to trust Zork's idea. Together, they gathered sticks and vines, and they built a sturdy raft. They pushed the raft into the water and started paddling with their paws. The current was strong, but they managed to make it to the other side. After crossing the river, they came across a rocky terrain that was difficult to navigate. Whiskers was able to climb over the rocks easily, but Zork had trouble because he was so small. Whiskers didn't want to leave Zork behind, so he came up with an idea. He used his claws to carve a small path in the rocks, which allowed Zork to climb up. "Thank you, Whiskers. You are a true friend," said Zork. The coyote attack. As they continued their journey, they encountered a pack of coyotes. The coyotes were known to be cunning and dangerous, and Whiskers knew they had to be careful. The coyotes surrounded the arrival. Finally, after many days of traveling, Whiskers and Zork arrived at Zorbia. The planet was unlike anything Whiskers had ever seen before. The sky was purple, and the plants were blue and pink. The animals were all different colors and shapes. Zork was overjoyed to be back on his home planet, and he thanked Whiskers for all his help. "You are a true friend, Whiskers. I will never forget what you did for me," said Zork. Whiskers was happy to have helped Zork, but he was also a little sad to say goodbye. He had grown fond of the little alien and enjoyed their adventure together. As they said their goodbyes, Zork gave Whiskers a small gift. "This is a magical collar that will allow you to communicate with any animal in the world. Use it wisely, my friend," said Zork. Whiskers was surprised and grateful for the gift. He put on the collar, and suddenly, he could understand what the animals were saying. He was amazed and excited to start using his new gift. The return home. Whiskers and Zork said their final goodbyes, and Whiskers started his journey back home. Along the way, he used his new gift to make friends with all the animals he encountered. He talked to birds, squirrels, rabbits, and even a friendly deer. As he approached his town, he could hear the dogs barking in the distance. Whiskers was excited to see his friends again, but he was also a little nervous. He wasn't sure how they would react to his new gift. When he arrived in town, the dogs were surprised to see him. "What happened to you, Whiskers? You look different," said one of the dogs. Whiskers explained his adventure with Zork and showed them his magical collar. The dogs were amazed and happy for him. They welcomed him back and even invited him to play with them. Whiskers was no longer known as the mischievous cat who played pranks on the dogs. He was now the friendly cat who could talk to any animal in the world. He had made new friends and had an incredible adventure that he would never forget. The end. Please my channel